Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh yeah.
Hi guys, can you hear me? Hi. Can you please react if you can hear me? Okay, thank you. So I'm waiting for more people to join. Maybe we can wait 5 minutes and then we can start with the lesson. Is that okay? Thank you. Hi everyone. So can you please react if you can hear me so that I know that you guys can hear me? Thank you. So my name is Hakaki. I'm your new life sciences tutor and okay. As I said, I'm a second year medical student at the University of Cape Town. And yeah, I'm Venda and I'm multilingual. So even if you speak in Zulu, I'm gonna be able to understand Tsonga, Xhosa, yeah, Afrikaans. I'm gonna try, but I'm not that perfect. But in this lesson, we're gonna communicate in English so that all of us can be able to understand each other. And yeah, I mean, don't mind the person on the slide. I'm not like that. I'm very friendly, and I can say that I was excited to meet you guys, but deep down, I'm a little bit scared. Yo, so please try to be friendly because I'm just a girl, man. Thank you. Thank you for the heart. Um, so I don't know how we're gonna do this, but how things will work. Please don't call me ma'am. That's the first thing. Please don't call me ma'am. I'm still a teenager, guys. So when you're calling me ma'am, you're kind of like scaring me because why are you calling me ma'am? Please call me by my name, Hakaki. Yeah. And then I want you guys to feel free. I don't want you guys to be scared to answer questions. Actually, I want you guys to talk a lot, as long as it's not distracting the class. But I want you guys to talk and engage with me. And I will cry if you don't, because I'm just a girl. I will feel like maybe I'm boring you guys or anything like that. And I want you guys to know that this is my first time tutoring. So please be kind. I'm gonna expect feedback from you guys so that you can tell me how we can do this thing and how we can try to make this space a safe space for everyone. So I want feedback from you guys. I'm not gonna be perfect. I don't promise perfection, but I promise improvement. And I'm always open for just suggestions, man. If you think that, if you want to tell me that maybe the way I do things is not working for you, you can always text me. Yeah, text me and say, Hakaki, not ma'am. I don't want ma'am. I don't want to be addressed formally. Please call me by my name. So you can always text me and tell me what I can do to help you, and also take into consideration the fact that I have to also cater for other people as well. So, yeah, I will try, but if it's impossible, then there's nothing much I can do. But I promise that I will try. And then my goal is to make sure that you guys do exceptionally well in life sciences. As much as it's not a requirement in many degrees when you apply, it's also important because it boosts your ATP and it also boosts, what am I saying, ATP? Okay, it boosts your AP score. Yes, I'm sorry, AP score. And then also your average. So please do take life sciences seriously. As you guys are in grade 11, next year you will need to apply and you will need to have a good average and a good AP score. So yeah, man, I'm here to make sure that you guys do exceptionally well in life sciences and you don't find it difficult. I'm here to make things easier. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't want to get straight into the work for today. I think we can take about 15, if not 10 minutes, just to maybe introduce yourself, tell me something interesting about yourself, and where do you live? So I see we have 19, okay, not 19, maybe 18 people here. So I'm gonna go in alphabetical order, yes. So Becky Sisa Gwebu, can you please unmute yourself? Tell us who you are, where you're from, and something interesting about yourself so that we can just get to know each other and I can just feel more at ease? Because right now I'm very scared.
Um, okay, ma'am, how should I address you again?
I said you should call me Hakaki. Hakaki. Call me by my name.
Okay, Hakaki, my name is Becky Sisa. I live in Alex, Joburg.
Oh, okay. You're from Alex Jobeck. Something interesting about you?
Um, I don't have anything interesting. I'm just,
It could be
um,
anything.
I truly don't have anything interesting.
Okay. Okay, no problem. So let's move to nice to meet you, Becky Sisa.
Thank you.
Bokang Malapeng.
My name is Wokam Malipeng. I live in Limpopo. And anything interesting about myself? I'm obsessed with coloring books, I guess.
What?
I'm obsessed with coloring books. I'm from
Oh,
Limpopo.
okay. Okay, nice to meet you, Bokang.
Nice to meet you
Um,
too.
Charisma Mhlongo.
I'm Charisma Mhlongo. I live in Reimsig, Joburg, and something interesting about me. Oh, currently I am in the process of making a diaper. I think that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. So thank you, Karishma. Nice to meet you. Chomi. Okay, Chomi, can you please unmute yourself?
Hi, I'm Dumiso and I'm from Protea Clan.
Oh, okay, Protea Clan. That's close to where I live. Something interesting about you?
Nah, there's nothing.
There's nothing. Okay, no problem. Ethel.
Hi guys, my name is Ethel and I'm from Limpopo. I don't have anything interesting about me. I just like to be alone.
Okay, Ethel. Thank you so much. I guess you're introverted. Amy.
Hi, um, my name is Amy. I'm from PMB and I don't have anything interesting about me.
Nice to meet you, Amy. Kopano.
Hey, my name is Topano and I'm from Pretoria. And an interesting fact about me is that I'm scared of dogs.
You're scared. Okay, I see. I understand. They're scary. Nice to meet you, Kopano. Lauratia. Uratile.
Oh, good evening, everyone. My name is Kamal Laurentia. I live in Pretoria. Nothing much can say about me.
Okay, nice to meet you, Uratile. Um, Lisedi.
Hi, Hakaki. I hope I'm saying it right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're saying it right. Thank you.
Okay, I'm City. I am from Germiston. I think an interesting fact about me is that I'm open to self-discovery and I'm not afraid of introspection. Also, I am afraid of flamingos and ostriches. Yeah.
Okay, nice to meet you, Lisedi. I'm Lesejo. So Lesejo, I think you just joined now. So what we're doing right now, we are introducing ourselves, and also mentioning something interesting about yourself and where you are from. So can you please unmute yourself? Oh, your mic is disabled. Okay, no problem. Let's move to Lindo Wuhle.
Hi guys, my name is Lindo Kushe and I'm from First State. I have nothing interesting about me.
Nice to meet you, Lindobuhle. You have such a small voice. Um, Ompa, Ompa, can you please unmute yourself?
Good evening. My name is like Ompane Shoswi. Uh, yeah, I live in Northwest Freiburg, and something interesting. Personally, I don't think I have anything interesting. I just like what I see, I guess.
Okay, nice to meet you, Ompa. Paul, can you please unmute yourself? Paul. Okay, it's fine. Let's move to Kaiya. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Kaiya. I need to work on my E's, on my clicks.
Hello, Akaki.
Hi.
My name is Kaya.
Oh, Kaiya. Kaiya. Am I pronouncing it right?
I can't hear the click.
Kaiya.
I think maybe it's my network.
Oh, okay. Can you
I'm
please?
from Cape Town, and an
Oh, you're
interesting
right here.
fact about me is that I'm short. Very, very short.
Oh, so you're very short.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. Thank you, Kaiya. Samantha, can you please unmute yourself?
Hi guys, my name is Samantha Mida and I'm from Pumalanga in Norway and there's nothing interesting about me.
I can't hear you, Samantha. Your voice is. Can you please try to speak louder?
Can you hear me now?
A little bit louder.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
My name is Samantha and I'm from Pumalanga in North State and I have nothing interesting about myself.
Okay. Thank you so much, Samantha. Some Elisiwe, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Hakika.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
Hakaki. Sorry, my name is Sam.
Akaki, yes.
Yes, my name is Samgili Sira, and I'm from Johannesburg, Soweto. And a fun fact about me is that I talk too much. Yeah,
So where exactly in Soweto are you from, Samge?
Netherlands, ma'am.
Middleland Zone what?
Ma'am. Zone 2.
I'm from Vlehof. Do you know Vlehof?
Yeah, I do, ma'am.
I went to school in Lamula Jubilee Secondary School.
Yeah, I also know that.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, Samge.
Nice to meet you.
Kaya. Okay, let's move to Tiamo. Tiamo Mabena. I like your surname. Oh, two people. Okay. Tiamo, are you connected to two devices?
Hi ma'am. Yes ma'am, I am connected to two devices and my name is Yama
Okay.
Bena as you have said and something interesting about me is that I love to bake.
Okay. I could live with you. I love delicious stuff. I love desserts. Nice to meet you, Tiamo. So, okay, guys, we need to get to work. Right? Can you guys see the pointer in on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Chomi. I'm gonna call you Chomi. Is that fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So, as I said, my goal is to make sure that you guys do exceptionally well in life sciences. Yeah, trying to make change. So, apparently, you guys know this. Like, apparently, you guys are very good when it comes to like biodiversity of plants and biodiversity of animals. That's what I was told. I was told you guys are really good. So apparently you guys are gonna be giving me the answers. So yeah, let's start. So guys, I want you guys to engage, and I don't want anyone to feel scared to answer. I want this to be a safe space. No one is going to laugh at one another. And we are just gonna, if obviously I can't say there's no wrong answer because like there are wrong answers in life sciences, but I'll make sure that if your answer is wrong, I don't make you feel bad. I'm gonna try my best to help you and also yeah, I mean, to make sure that whatever you need help with at the end of the session, you are okay with that and you are very comfortable. So that when you go into that exam, you nail that exam and get 90s and above, even 100%, guys. It's very much possible. So I don't know whether I should brag or what, but like, I think in matric final, I got 94% in life sciences. That was not good, but yeah, I tried. I was aiming for higher, but yeah, I tried. So, and also an average of 91%, right? So you can trust me, but I'm not promising to be perfect, like I said. You can trust me to help you with this life sciences thing so that we can maneuver together as to how we're gonna do it and all that. But yes, I can also, like I said, I'm open for suggestions. If there's anything I'm doing wrong, you can tell me. But please be very kind. I'm just a girl and I'm a crybaby. Like, literally, guys, I'm a crybaby. Yes, Ompa, you can get that. It's very much possible. You can even get 100%. I know people who got woman 100%, 99%, even 99%. Yeah, I know someone in my class who got 99% during my matric year. So I matriculated in 2024. Yes, 2024. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So guys, like what I was trying to, how are you not? I am, Chomi, I am proud of myself. I'm just saying that I was aiming for higher because if I say I'm comfortable with the 94%, you guys are gonna be comfortable with it also. So I'm trying to make you guys look at the bigger picture that you can get above 94%. It's really nothing. Trust me. Worse, it gets easier. Life sciences gets easier when you go to grade 12. So it's very much possible. So now let's get into it. I guess Sana, please do engage, guys. Please. Asking like ndiyanicela ndikotombela namikombela like ndiyanicela guys. I tried everything. So here we have characteristics. So as you can see, Ethel, you can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Is everyone also having the same problem?
No.
Ethel, did you check your network? Oh, someone is requesting. Ethel, are you still having the same problem or you can hear me now? Ethel? Okay, I think it's Ethel and someone else who are having problems with hearing me. So can you guys please tell me whether you can hear me now or you can't so that I can continue? Okay, you can hear me. So to the people who just joined, my name is Hakaki. I was telling some of you here that Don't address me by ma'am or anything that's formal. Please call me by my name, Hakaki. I'm very young for ma'am. Like, oh yes, the lesson is being recorded, Samantha. Yes, thank you. Yes, please call me by Hakaki. That's all. So can we start now, guys? It's now 26 minutes past. There is nothing on your screen. There is something on my screen. There's this red button, yes, that shows that it's being recorded. Okay, guys, so can you please continue? So we're gonna start with the characteristics of a bryophyte. So you guys are gonna tell me what to fill in here. Because I told you guys that apparently you guys know this a lot. So if you guys do not answer, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be those type of teachers that put someone on the spot, because I also don't like those type of lectures. Like, I know I don't like those type of lectures. So please do volunteer and please do answer if you know the yes, the solution. So we're gonna start. Does a bryophyte have a xylem and a phloem? Does it have a vascular tissue? Please unmute yourself if you wanna talk.
No, it doesn't have a xylem or phloem.
Okay, thank you, Andile. Andile says that it doesn't have. Do we all agree that a bryophyte doesn't have a xylem and a
Yes.
phloem? If you agree, please just
Yes.
react to
Yes.
us. Okay, thank you,
Yes,
guys.
ma'am.
Oh, I love you guys. So we're saying no. Saying no, right? And then does it have true organs? Like, does it have true roots, true stems, true leaves? Ish.
No,
Wait, or I don't
doesn't.
know what to do now. Can you please answer again?
No, it doesn't, ma'am.
Okay,
Doesn't have
thank
this.
you. So we are saying that with regards to true organs, these are true roots, leaves, and stem. And stem, right? And someone just said that no, it doesn't. Do we all agree that it doesn't? And is there someone
Yes.
that doesn't understand why it doesn't? Okay. So with regards to seeds or spores, which one does it have? Is it seeds and spores?
Spores.
Spores.
Okay, it has spores. Um, and then is it water dependent for reproduction? Does it depend on water for reproduction or it doesn't?
Depends on what.
Thank you. So can the person who say it depends on water please try to explain why they're saying it depends on water for reproduction? Hello?
Oh, me, ma'am.
Hey, yes, I would say, can you please explain why you're saying it doesn't depend? It depends on water, I mean, for reproduction.
Oh. The sperm requires water to move the ovum for fertilization to occur.
Okay, thank you so much. Um, does it have flowers and fruits? Bryophytes. Do bryophytes have flowers or fruits and fruits?
No, it doesn't have.
Okay, thank you so much. So we're saying it doesn't have.
Yes.
And then we move. Do we all understand everything that is under bryophytes? What are they? What do they do? And all that. Do we all understand?
Yes.
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 Okay, I'm glad you guys understand. Let's move to pteridophytes. And the example for pteridophytes are ferns. So do pteridophytes have vascular tissue?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Ethel. So we are saying, do we all agree that pteridophytes have vascular tissue?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And then do they have true organs? Do they have true stems, true leaves, and true roots?
Yes, they do have true organs.
Okay, thank you, Bogan. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. My laptop was, yeah, was glitching. And then do they have seeds or spores?
Spores.
Yes.
Spores.
Pause.
Spores.
Spores. Do we all agree that they have spores?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do they depend on water for reproduction?
Yes.
Okay. We are saying yes. Do we all agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Do they have flowers and fruits?
I think it's none.
You think what? They don't.
Yeah.
Why are you not sure? Why are you thinking?
Yeah, Pella didn't study this topic, so I'm just guessing.
No, it's okay. Okay, I understand. So, yes, you are right. They don't have flowers, they don't have fruits. So, it's a no, right? And then we move to gymnosperms. And an example of a gymnosperm is going to be a pine tree, right? So, are we saying they have vascular tissue? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're saying yes. And then, do they have true roots, stems, and leaves?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And then, okay, now I want you to be specific, right? So, do they have seeds or they have spores?
Seeds.
Seeds.
And
Seeds.
how are those
Naked.
seeds?
Naked seeds.
Naked
Okay, they
seeds.
have
Naked.
naked seeds. I agree. Does anyone disagree? Okay, we're saying they have naked seeds. And do they depend on water for reproduction?
No.
No.
So why are you saying no? Why do they not depend on water? What do they depend on?
They depend on wind for pollination. Pollination.
Okay, thank you. That's right. They depend on wind for pollination. And then do they have flowers and fruits?
No.
No.
Okay. Do we all agree that they don't have flowers and fruits? And do we all understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay, we move
Yes,
on
ma'am.
to angiosperms. So angiosperms, these are flowering plants. So you already have one of the answers here. So do they have vascular tissue?
Yes.
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 Okay. Do they have true organs?
Yes.
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 Okay. I also agree. And then with the seeds, oh, I just gave you the answer. Okay, yes, they have seeds. We all know, right? So
Yes.
what type of seeds do they have? Is it naked seeds?
Enclosed in the fruit.
It's covered by fruit.
Yes, the seeds are covered by
Enclosed.
a fruit. That's
Yes, ma'am.
right. Okay. And then do they depend on water for reproduction?
No.
No.
What do they depend on?
Um,
Like you were
I
saying
think
they don't. Oh, okay, sorry.
I think they depend on insects, animals, or wind.
Okay, yes, they depend on insects, birds, and the wind. You are correct. Thank you. Do we all understand why we're saying they depend on wind? Is there anyone
yes.
that does not understand why we are
Yes.
saying that? Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad we all understand. And then do they have flowers and fruits? That's obvious.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, they do because they are flowering plants, right? So we're gonna do exercises. Do you guys want me to summarize everything and explain, or do you guys just want to go to the activities?
Please
Please
just do like a
summarize.
Please
summary just for
summarize.
revision's sake.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with the bryophyta, which we say that these are mosses, right? So bryophyta are generally small, and as we said, they have no xylem, they have no phloem, so they don't have a conducting system for water, right? Which makes them not be able to survive in very dry conditions because they cannot retain water or conduct water. And they don't have cuticle. So we know that a cuticle is that waxy thing that is found on top of leaves, which is responsible for making sure that there isn't excessive absorption, which is loss of water, right? So the bryophytes do not have that, which makes them not be able, so their characteristics are not suitable for dry conditions. Do we all understand? And then we also say that they don't have true
No, please,
roots.
please repeat.
What should I repeat?
The waxy pot.
Oh, yes. I say that they don't have a waxy cuticle that is covering the leaves. And we know that their responsibility or the function of a waxy cuticle is to prevent excessive absorption, right? So if they don't have a waxy cuticle, it means that excessive absorption of water due to maybe evaporation cannot be prevented. So if it can be prevented, it means that their characteristics are not very much suitable for dry conditions, whereby water, obviously, there's going to be too much absorption or evaporation of water, right? And they're going to dry out. Do you understand?
Yes, thank you.
And then we say that they don't have true roots, and we often true leaves, true roots, and true stems. So you cannot differentiate between the leaves and the roots and the stems of a bryophyte. So we often refer to it as a thallus. And then we also say that they don't have true leaves, which is often, and their leaves are often referred to as leaflets. Do we all understand? Should I explain again?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Okay, so what I'm saying is the bryophyte, you cannot differentiate between, yes, you cannot differentiate between its roots and its stems, right? And whatever, when we say that you cannot differentiate between a stem and a root of a plant, we call that thing as a thallus, but it has to the roots and the stems don't have to be true. I don't know how to explain this, guys, but yes, man. If you can't differentiate between the roots and the stems of a plant, then it is referred to as a thallus. Do you understand? And I say that the roots and the stems and leaves that as we filled in the diagram are not true. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And they have limited growth because they have no vascular tissue, like we said. They don't have a conducting system. And their roots, which are not true, they're often referred to as rhizoids. And rhizoids are responsible for anchoring and absorption of what? Of the plant, right? Do we understand? And they reproduce sexually or asexually. It depends. And we say that in bryophytes, the gametophyte generation is dominant, meaning that the generation that produces what? That produces sporophytes, that produces children in a way, is the one that is more dominant in this generation. And then, as we indicated, they have no fruit or seeds. Do we understand?
Yes.
Is there anyone that doesn't
Yes.
understand anything that I need to re-explain? So we are all good.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
And then we move to the pteridophytes, right? And then we say that the pteridophytes, we're talking about ferns. So they do have a vascular tissue. They have the phloem and they have the xylem. And we say that they have true organs, meaning that they have true roots, true stems, and true leaves. And these ones specifically have leaves, stems that grow horizontally, which we refer to them as the rhizome, right? And then they also have a waxy cuticle, which I was mentioning that if you have a waxy cuticle, it means that you're able to prevent excessive absorption. So they're able to prevent excessive absorption, and meaning that they are suitable for dry conditions, a little bit suitable for dry condition as compared to the bryophytes. And I want to differentiate between what a xylem does and what a phloem does. So a xylem transports water, and then a phloem transports photosynthetic products, right? Do we understand? So the photosynthetic product, what would it be? What would it be?
Please repeat the question.
So the question is, we know that the xylem, the phloem, transport photosynthetic products. So I'm asking what those photosynthetic products would be. So what are the products of photosynthesis? So what is the purpose of photosynthesis? What does it do? What does it make?
To transport nutrients? Is that what you're asking?
No, I'm asking what are the so I see here they're saying that it transports photosynthetic products, right? So my question is,
Is
what
it
are
like
those photosynthetic?
glucose?
Yes, that's glucose. Thank you, Becky
Yes.
Sisa. So
Yes.
we know that photosynthesis produces what? Glucose. And glucose is like food to the plant. So the phloem transports things like glucose and and other photosynthetic products. Do we understand or should I re-explain?
Yes, we understand.
Okay,
We
thank
understand.
you.
Yes.
And then here, the sporophyte generation is dominant, right? So do we all understand how the sporophyte, the difference between a sporophyte and a gametophyte? Or should I explain?
Explain.
Can I just ask, did you by any chance move slides?
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
okay. I thought maybe your slide froze or something. That's what I was asking.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't. Is it fine now?
Yes.
Okay. So when we're talking about a sporophyte, right? So a plant, I don't want to say it's going to begin, but a sporophyte is like what is made by the gametophyte. But this thing, they make each other. It's like you were born by your parents, but you're going to have your own children. So that's how it is. I don't know if you're getting me, but essentially, we're gonna start with a sporophyte. And then the sporophyte is going to undergo meiosis. So meiosis is like a halving division. So do you guys know about mitosis?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
you guys know about mitosis. So meiosis is the halving division. Instead, here we know that at the end of mitosis, not the gametes, the cells are gonna have 46 chromosomes, right? But in meiosis, they're actually gonna have half of those 46 chromosomes and that's when we form what we call gametes. So it's a cell that has half the number of the initial chromosomes. Do you get me?
Yes.
Yes. So sporophytes will produce spores, and those spores are going to have half the number of chromosomes, right? But they are not gametes. And then those sporophytes have to grow into a gametophyte, right? Then a gametophyte is like a haploid plant. It's a plant, but it has half the number of chromosomes. Then a gametophyte is going to produce gametes, which are now the sex cells in a way. Yes, because they have half the numbers. And then when a gamete from a male and a gamete from a female combine, they form what we call a zygote, right? That zygote grows and it forms a sporophyte. So that's how it goes. Do we understand?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes, ma'am.
that's what I was explaining, that in the pteridophytes, the sporophyte generation is the one that is dominant, and the spores are produced in the sporangia, and they have no fruits or no leaves, as we indicated, or no flowers, I mean, as we indicated. And yes, we use spores. Then can I move to gymnosperms now? Can I move to gymnosperms?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so as we indicated, they have a vascular tissue, meaning that they have the xylem and the phloem, and they have true organs. So now with gymnosperms, the only difference is that, not the only, but what makes them special is that they have naked seeds. So their seeds are outside, so they are exposed, right? And then they don't depend on water for reproduction. So they depend on wind, just as one of you guys here said. They depend on wind, so the wind just has to carry spores yes, carry spores to um where they can form a zygote. And then they have no flowers or no fruits because we say that the seed is naked. And what is the function of the fruit? The function of the fruit is to cover what? The seed. But that is only in what? Angiosperm, which leads me to angiosperms. And angiosperms, they have a vascular tissue, they have true organs, and the seeds are covered, just as we said. The seeds are covered by what? By a fruit. And they don't depend on water for reproduction. They depend on things like the birds, the what is this? The wind, and also insects like bees, moths, and butterflies. And then they have flowers and they have fruits. So do we all understand? Can we move to activities now? Is there someone that doesn't understand anything? Please do say that. Okay, we can move. So here is an exercise. Gonna need you guys to engage like you were doing before. So they're saying that we have a flower. It has labeled parts. So they're saying that label part 1. Guys,
Think, ma'am, well, I know. I think it's I think my pronunciation is wrong, but I'm gonna pronounce it anyways. Calpetra.
a what?
Calpetra.
The part labeled 1.
Yes, part 1, ma'am.
No, that's another part, not that one. So just try to look carefully.
Can I do 2?
Yes, that's 2.
2 is a capsule.
No, it's not a capsule.
Ma'am, what?
Isn't a capsule 1?
No, it's not. First, you have to be able to like identify what that is.
Ma'am, can I please try?
TM, you can just unmute yourself. Okay, yes, please.
Ma'am, I'm going to be honest with you, Nick. I'm not sure about 1, but I think
Yes.
2 is a spore capsule, and then 3 is a seta.
A what?
A seta,
Mm,
like spelled as
No,
SETA.
no, it's not. Someone else try.
Okay, ma'am,
Ma'am,
let
I
me
think
try one
number
more
1
time.
is sporadium. Number 1.
Yes, number 1 is the sporangium. Number 1 is the sporangium. There was someone who wanted to try. So I don't know how we're gonna work this out so that you guys do not speak over each other. But because I don't know whether I'm gonna be able to see when you raise your hand here. But
Ma'am, isn't sporangium 2?
isn't sporangium.
Number 2, Linam
Number
started
2.
like number 2.
No, it's not number two. It's number one. The sporangium is number one. Then number two is the calyptra that one of you was mentioning. Why are you saying, can you please explain why you're saying it's number two so that I can get? Because you see that number one has the spores. And what is a sporangium? It's a lot of spores, right? Can you guys please explain why you were saying that it's the
Well, in my textbook, number two is sporangium.
number two is the
I'm
sporangium?
also
Then in my study guide, number one is calyptra.
oh ma'am, I was gonna explain that as
Do you know?
sporangium.
Okay,
I was
carry
gonna
on.
say that. Um, it's a sporangium. Well, because I know I crammed this, but like, um, because ma'am, first of all, it's like it's below the lid or like the what's it called again? I don't know what the other word is, but like the top of the capsule. Yeah. So I think that's why. And then another thing is because there is it like there's spores. So that's why I was thinking it's a sporangium.
Okay. So I get you. It says here that a calyptrone is an enlarged archegonial center venter that protects the capsule containing the embryonic sporophyte. So as you can see, that thing is enlarged, right? And then the one at the top looks like it's the one that has spores, but it's fine. I'll try checking and all that, and then I'll get back to you guys. Is that fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'll get back to you guys. For now, let's write this one. That number one is
Ma'am,
the sporangium.
ma'am, isn't number one the capsule
No, number
and then
one is
number
not the capsule. First of all, you have to try to recognize what this is, right? Just does any of you know what this is?
I think it is Moses or something. Yeah.
Yes, it's a mose. It's a mose. But it's fine. I'll get back to you guys about this because a lot of time is gone now and we still have a lot of activities left for us. So we're saying number one is the sporangium, number two is the calyptra. And then what is number three?
number three is the seta.
Better.
I agree.
Okay, yes. Yes, it's the center. Or you can also say it's the stalk. So you can say it's the center or it's the stalk, right? Are we fine with that?
Okay, so ma'am, where is the lid, the top capsule? Because I think we have that in a mouse, or am I wrong?
Can you please repeat?
Oh, I was asking that where is was it? I don't know, but they in my class we used to call it a lid, but it's like the top capsule. Where's that? Because I think a mouse has that. I might be wrong though.
Ma'am,
Yes.
Can you please define a capsule at a sporanium? Because in my textbook, it says that part there, two, is a capsule in brackets sporanium.
So they could mean the same thing, but I know it as sporangium. Hence, I'm trying to look. Yes, they mean the same thing. So a sporangium is a capsule. So a sporangium is just a capsule that contains what? That contains spores. So you can either say it's a sporangium or it's a capsule. Hence, maybe
Okay.
why in your textbook they labeled it as a capsule.
Okay,
So are you
thank you.
fine with that? Is that what you were saying?
Yes, I'm fine, thanks.
Okay, thank you. So can we move? Oh, is there still another question? Can we move, guys?
Ma'am, can I just like ask for clarity on this? Because now like this labeling, I mean the last one, the third one is right, well, from according to my book, but then the other ones are different from what I wrote or like what I was taught. So now it's kind of confusing me if I'm wrong or like what.
So what were your labels?
Okay, so was the two was what we labeled as capsule or the sporangium, and then number one was like it was the top capsule. It was the lid. I don't know what it's called in like proper science terms, but yeah, it was the top capsule. Like, yeah.
I also have
Okay.
the same. I also have the same thing. Two is one. Amen.
Ma'am,
Okay, I see where the problem is.
ma'am,
You can talk, yes.
ma'am, my encounter is that at my school, or the information that was provided to us, the whole of the one and two, we label it as a spore capsule. And then number three, as I said, it's CETA. Not not the second grade, the one that you just taught us today.
The Calyptra.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it's fine, guys. I understand your concerns. So I'll try to understand why, because I also don't understand why the sporangium, all this misunderstanding. I'll try to understand and then I'll get back to you guys on the group. Is that fine? I'll clarify. Okay, so that is fine. Okay, so can we move to the next question, 1.1.2? So let me just wrap this, you know, then we can get back to it. So I'll send a message on the group and clarify everything. So which generations is presented by this?
Methane is sporified.
A.
So we're saying A is what?
Sporified.
Sporified
Sporified.
generation.
Okay, A is the sporophyte. I also agree. Is there anyone that doesn't understand why A is the sporophyte generation so that I can clarify? So we are all fine. Okay, fine. Let's move. So B, what is it?
Gametophyte.
Gem
Gametophyte.
Yes, it's the gametophyte generation. So the reason why we're saying A is the sporophyte generation because you can see it has spores, meaning that it's going to be able to produce what? Gametes, and then gametes will form another plant, right? And then we have B, which is the second part of the plant, which is the plant that cannot produce gametes. It cannot produce spores that form gametes. So this one, it doesn't reproduce. The first part, A, is the one that reproduces. Do we understand?
Yes.
Okay. Give the letter and name of the part which is haploid. I guess I just said that.
B.
Yeah.
B.
Okay. That's B. Do we all understand why B is the haploid generation?
no, ma'am.
You don't understand why B is the haploid generation.
Yes.
So in that diagram where I was explaining the sporophyte and gametophyte, how it comes about, I said that we start with a sporophyte, right? Not start with, but let's start there. We start with a sporophyte, then a sporophyte is gonna produce spores, right? And those spores are haploid, the number of what? Of the usual chromosomes. And then the spores are gonna form a gametophyte. So a gametophyte is what we have there on B. Do you understand?
Yes.
That's a gametophyte, and it has half the number, right? A gametophyte is gonna produce what? Gametes. And gametes are gonna form a zygote. So an zygote is gonna form a sporophyte, which is the top part. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then let's move on to the next question. So can we label what is one? It's multicellular. It's a multicellular generation. So we are moving from, you see that we had meiosis, then we had a spore. After a spore, what do we form? I was explaining that right now. After a spore, what do we form?
Gametophyte.
Yes, we form a gametophyte. Do we all understand why we're forming a gametophyte and how we form this? Or is there someone that needs clarity?
Ma'am,
Yes.
if I said gametes instead of gametophyte, am I still right?
Um, mm, but they say generation,
Okay.
and gametes are what? Cells. So you won't be right. Okay, so what is number 3? So after the gametophyte, we form something, and then that something undergoes fertilization, right? What do we form after fertilization?
Zygote.
Yes, a zygote. Thank you. So as you were asking, you see number 2, yes, they didn't mention. Let me check. Number 2 is going to be the formation of gametes. Do you understand? Because we are forming a gametophyte, then the gametophyte is gonna form what? Gametes, and those gametes are gonna undergo fertilization to form what? A zygote. So you wouldn't be correct if you were to say number 1 is the gametes. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Then number 4, after the zygote, what do we form?
Sporophyte.
Yes, we form the sporophyte, which is the plant. So you see, this is a cycle. Like I said, you start with a gametophyte, then gametophyte produces what? Gametes. Then gametes undergo fertilization to form what? Zygotes. And then the zygote produces a sporophyte. There's another generation. The spores undergoes meiosis, and then it forms, the sporophyte undergoes meiosis to form spores. So do we all understand? Then 1.2.2 says which processes in the plant will increase and decrease chromosome number. So which one will increase the chromosome number?
Fertilization.
Thank you. Do we all understand why it's fertilization? Because a female gamete and a male gamete are fusing together. So, for example, in humans, it's going to be 23 plus 23 to form 46. Same in every organism. It's going to be the haploid number plus the haploid number to form a diploid, right? And then which process is going to decrease the chromosome number?
Meiosis.
Meiosis.
Yes, that's meiosis. Do we all understand this question, or do you guys have any questions? Okay, that means we can move. The question says study the 2 plants A and B from different groups and answer the questions that follow. So 2.1.2, I think there's a mistake. Study the 2 plants A and B from and answer the questions that follow. Okay, they repeated the statement. So they're saying name the reproductive structures formed inside the pod numbered 1. So what is 1? Can someone tell me what is 1? What is A, plant A, and what is plant B?
I think plant A is bryophyte, then plant B is pteridophyte.
Yes. Thank you. That's what it is. So they're saying that name the reproductive structures found inside the part numbered 1. So this is where we were having the conversation of a capsule and all those things. So what do we find there?
Spores.
Thank you. Yes, we find spores. And then is the gametophyte generation of this plant haploid or diploid?
I think it's haploid.
Okay, yes, it's haploid. Do we all understand why we're saying that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And then which plant A or B is a thallus? So do you guys remember I was explaining what a thallus is? So which plant is it?
is
Yes,
A.
plant A is the thallus. Does anyone want me to explain again what a thallus is, or we can move?
Yes, ma'am.
You want me to explain?
Yes.
So I said a thallus is a plant that has no true roots, stems, and leaves, right? And then you can't differentiate between the roots and the stem. You understand? Like a bryophyte, you wouldn't be able to differentiate between its stems and its roots.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then explain why the plant identified in question 3 point, okay, that's a mistake. 2.1.4 is a thallus. I just said the answer that you cannot differentiate between the roots and stems, and it does not have true roots, stems, and leaves. Can we move? Is there anyone that has any question in this question? Okay. And then question, the diagrams below show plants from different divisions of the kingdom. And then 3.1.1, name the division to which plant 1 and plant 2 belong to. So you need to tell me what is 1 and what is 2. Is it an angiosperm, a gymnosperm, a bryophyte, or a pteridophyte?
I think one is a pteridophyte.
Yeah.
Yes, 1 is a pteridophyte. And what about 2?
Bryophyte.
Bryophyte.
But moss. Is it a bryophyte?
Yes, it's a bryophyte. Do we all understand why we are saying that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we can move to the next question. State two differences between plant 1 and plant 4 with reference to reproduction. So how do they differ when they reproduce? So what is plant 4? First
plant
time, like,
angiosperm. Angiosperm.
yes, plant 4 is an angiosperm. No, plant 4 is a gymnosperm.
Yes.
Yes, plant 4, we are agreeing that plant 4 is a gymnosperm, right?
No. Plant 4.
Yes,
ma'am.
Oh, yes.
ivy.
Yes.
Yes. So what is the difference in the way they reproduce? So what is the difference between how a pteridophyte and an angiosperm reproduces? You need to state two differences.
Is number one a bryophyte? Bryophyte.
Number 1 is a pteridophyte.
I think I
We
can
said
give
A.
one reason.
We said A is a pteridophyte, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, please repeat the question.
So the question is that what is the difference in the way a pteridophyte and a a pteridophyte and a gymnosperm reproduce? What is the difference in their reproduction mechanisms?
Ma'am, I think the difference between plant A and
I
plant 4 is
I
that plant
can't
A needs
I can't hear you.
um,
Ma'am, I think a pteridophyte is dependent on water for reproduction,
Okay.
and a gymnosperm is not
I was
dependent on
saying
water.
plant 1 needs water for fertilization.
Can you not talk over each other, guys? So you were saying plant A depends on water for fertilization, right? And then plant B does not depend on water for fertilization. Is that what you said? Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I agree. But they want to.
Ma'am, can the other
Yes.
reason be that pteridophytes they use what's this spores instead of seeds to reproduce?
Yes. So we are saying that pteridophytes, they use spores, and then the gymnosperms, they use what? They use seeds.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I totally agree. Is there anyone that doesn't understand why we are saying that? Should I explain?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so we can move to the next question. And then the next question says that 3.1.3 state only the number of the plant group which has no vascular tissue.
One.
Two.
Two.
Yes, I agree. It's group 2. So it's the what? It's the bryophyte that doesn't have a vascular tissue. You were saying
Yes.
it's 2. And then place the plant in the correct sequence from primitive to most advanced. So do you know primitive is from the one that evolved first, that came first, and then to the one that is more advanced. So I need someone to give me the entire sequence.
2, 1, 4, 3.
2, 1, 4,
Yeah.
and then 3.
Yes, ma'am. I
Do we
think
all
so.
agree? 2,
Yes.
1, 4, and 3. Okay, yes, I
Yeah.
also agree. Is there anyone that doesn't understand anything on this question that I can explain so that we can move? Okay, so we can move. So now we come to the biodiversity of animals, right? And here you're just gonna give me whether this thing has symmetry and civilization, the number of tissue layers it has, the type of gut it has, and whether it has a column or no column, and the type of blood system that it has, right? So we start with the porifera. So what's the symmetry? Is it asymmetrical, bilateral symmetry?
Asymmetrical.
Yes.
Does it have civilization?
No
No.
separation.
We were saying it's asymmetrical and it doesn't have civilization. So civilization it's basically having a head and then you have all your sense organs in the anterior, right? Do we understand? Like you as you are, you have your head and then you have your sense organs. Sense organs are going to be your eyes, your tongue, your nose, and your ears. You have them all, you have all of them where in the anterior. Okay, not necessarily the ears, but it's all in your head. Do we understand? So that's what civilization is. And we're saying it's asymmetrical. And then what what's the number? How many tissue layers does it have?
Okay. Diploplastic.
No.
No, it has no tissue layer. Yeah.
Yes, it has no tissue layers. So do you all
Ma'am,
understand? Yes.
ma'am, I actually have a question now. We
Mm.
started with our notes at school about like the biodiversity of animals. And what I've realized is that now when you're revising with us, you're saying that porifera has no tissue layers, whilst my teacher said that it's diploplastic.
Is exactly what the teacher taught us at my school.
The no tissue layers or the diploplastic.
So can you please repeat what you're saying? So you're saying that your teacher said that it's diploplastic.
Yes.
Okay, let me confirm. Maybe the mistake is in my side.
Ma'am,
Yes.
in my school, we haven't started this topic, so I am quite lost. I don't know if this is gonna set us back, but can you please explain all the film?
What should I explain?
The film.
Oh, okay. So I'll try to, maybe after filling in, I'll try to explain like I did with the plants. Is that fine?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, okay, what type of gut does it have? I'm still trying to check if maybe the mistake is by my side. What type of gut does it have? Okay, so it says that it does have, it's diploplastic. So it has two layers, right? So you guys are right. I'm sorry, the mistake is by my side. I don't confirm. Is everyone happy? Guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what type of gut does it have? Is it a through gut or is it a blind-ended gut?
Ma'am, can we please do like a revision just like how we did with like plants?
Oh, so you guys, so are you guys not confident with this topic?
Well,
Yes.
in my school, we are done for term one. Life science, we are
Not
Oh,
done.
really.
okay. Okay, it's fine. This is what I'll do. I'll explain while giving you guys answers. Okay, so a porifera, when you talk about symmetry, we say that it's asymmetrical, meaning that you cannot cut it into two equal parts, right? And then it has no cephalization, meaning that it has no head that has its sense organs. Um, yes, it has no head and a head that has its sense organs, like I mentioned, the mouth, eyes, and all that, right? And when we're talking about the number of tissue layers, it's either it's diploplastic or triplastic. or yes, it's either it's diploblastic or triploblastic. Diploblastic meaning that it has two layers, and then triploblastic meaning that it has three layers. So the two layers would be what? The endoderm and the ectoderm. And then if it has three, it's gonna be the endoderm, the ectoderm, and the mesoderm. Is that fine?
Yes.
And then we say that when you talk about a gut, so there are two types of guts. There is a through gut, which means that it has two openings. It has a mouth and an anus. And then we have what we call a blind-ended gut. So it means that this type of organism has only one opening. So where it ingests its food, it's exactly where it excretes. So it does not have excretion and ingestion take place using the same opening, right? And this makes it limited because it has to eat and then after that it excretes and then it's able to eat after that. Unlike when you have a through gut where you're able to eat and eat and eat and eat and then you can excrete through the anus. And then when we talk about coelom or no coelom, so column. So a column is like a cavity. So it's like a cavity that is in between the mesoderm. As I said, we have three types of layers. We have the endoderm, the ectoderm, and the mesoderm. So in between, if an organism has a cavity, a body cavity, so a cavity is like a fluid in between the mesoderm, then we say that um organism is columate, right? And then if it doesn't, then it's acoelomate. I don't know whether to pronounce this as coelomate or columate. I don't know. Coelomate sounds better. So if, like I said, it has cavity in between the mesoderm. So emphasis on in between the mesoderm. If it's in between the mesoderm, then it's coelomate. If it's if it's not there at all, if it does not have a body cavity, then it's acoelomate, right? Meaning that it does not have. And then there's what we call pseudocoelomate. So pseudocoelomate is when it has a body cavity, but that body cavity is not in between the mesoderm. So it can be right next to the mesoderm layer, or I don't, yeah. So once it's not in between the mesoderm, then we call it pseudocoelomate because now yes, we call it pseudocoelomate because it's not true. And then we talk about the mode of life, where it lives, and is it moving, is it sessile, and all that. So with the porifera, it's as we said, it's asymmetrical and it has no cephalization and it's diproblastic. And the type of gut, it has no gut openings, this one. So it does not have an opening. And then when it comes to whether it has a coelom or no coelom, it's acoelomate, meaning that it does not have a body cavity in between the mesoderm and it has no blood system. So it does not have any blood vessels whatsoever. And then the mode of life, it's aquatic, so it lives mostly in water and it does not move. So if it's in this place, it stays there. It does not move and it's aquatic. And then we move on to the Nidaria. Do you guys remember anything regarding the Nidaria, or should I do the same thing?
Please do the same thing.
Okay, but are you guys understanding? Or is there anything that you need clarity on? So you guys are understanding?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So with regards to the Nidaria, it has radial symmetry. It has radial symmetry. So I need you guys to try to remember, okay? Because in the exam, I'm not going to be the one filling in the table for you guys. So please try with everything that I've explained. So I'm just going to give you the options and then you tell me which one, right? You think it is. Is that fine? I need you guys to try to remember. So with the Nidaria, as I said, it's radial symmetry. Do you think it has civilization or it has no civilization?
No civilization.
Okay, we're saying it has no civilization.
No civilization.
So it does not have a head and sense organs, right? And then with the number of tissue layers, how many tissue layers do you think it has?
Diploplastic. 2.
So it has two. It's
Cytoplasmic.
diplot. You guys remember, you said you don't remember. It's diploplastic. So for those who were complaining about the fact that you haven't done the topic and all that, I'm gonna try to summarize after here so that you understand. Is that fine?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. And then what type of gut do you think it has? Do you think it's a thorough gut, it's a through gut, or it's a blind-ended gut?
Blind-ended gut.
Okay, that's correct. Blind-ended. Can you guys hear my pen or
No.
okay, that's good. Thank you. And then is it acylomate, pseudocoelomate, coelomate? And does it have a blood system? Please try, guys. I will correct you if you're wrong. It's fine.
Acylomate.
Okay, I agree. It's acylomate, meaning that it does not have a body cavity in between the mesoderm, right? Um, does it have a blood system?
No.
Okay, it does not have a blood system. I agree. So no blood system. And then mode of living, where does it live? Does it move?
It's also aquatic sisal.
Okay, so it's aquatic sessile. So this one, it can be both. So it can be sessile, it can also be aquatic, right? An example of it, the one that's freely, I mean, not sessile and free living, so it can move, right? And an example of a nidaria that moves would be a jellyfish. but it's aquatic. All of them are aquatic, just that some can move and some can't move. Do we understand?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. So, we're talking about Nidaria, right? So we say that it has radial symmetry. Radial symmetry means that you can cut it into two equal halves, but in different planes. So, for example, something that is circle, you can cut it in many planes, but it would still give you two equal halves, right? Do we understand? Or should I try explaining in another way? Do you guys understand?
Yes.
Okay, so it has radial symmetry and it has no cephalization, right? And we're saying that it has two layers, which is the ectoderm and the mesoderm, right? And we say that it has a blind-ended gut. And I explained to you guys that a blind-ended gut, it means it's one opening. So one opening for ingestion, one opening for excretion, right? And we said it's acylomate. Acylomate meaning that it has no body cavity in between the mesoderm, which is another layer. Because for something to have so for something to be coelomate, it has to have three layers. But something that has three layers can be not coelomate. Do you guys get me? Or should I repeat that? So I think I should repeat that. I'm saying, guys, for something to be coelomate, it has to have three things, three layers, right? It has to have the ectoderm, the mesoderm, and the endoderm. Because coelomate is defined using the mesoderm. And if something is diploblastic, we know that it has only the ectoderm and the endoderm. The mesoderm is missing, right? So if the mesoderm is missing, that thing cannot be coelomate. So once something is diploblastic, you know technically that, you know what, this thing cannot be coelomate, right? It has no body cavity, it has no mesoderm to begin with. But something can be triploblastic and still not be coelomate, but be pseudo-coelomate or be acylomate. Do you guys get it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And then we said that it has no blood system, so it has no vessels, no blood, and then it's aquatic. Some can be free living, meaning that they can move around, but some are anchored to one place. Is that fine for the person who was asking me to summarize?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. So we move on to platyhelminths. Um, what's the symmetry? Please try, guys. What do you think will be the symmetry? I said we have radial symmetry, we have asymmetrical, and then we have bilateral symmetry. So bilateral symmetry means that you can cut it into two equal halves, but only in one plane. So for example, a human being, you can cut me into two equal halves only in one plane, right? Two equal halves. Or what other example can I give? A laptop. You can
I,
cut it
I,
into. Okay, continue.
I, I think it's bilateral symmetry.
Okay, do you think it has civilization?
Yes.
So yes, it does have civilization, meaning that this one has a head and sense organs in the anterior, right? So how many tissue layers do you think it has?
3.
Yes, so it's triploblastic. So can we all please contribute, guys? Because I'm hearing the same voices again and again. So can we all please try to like contribute? So um it has 3 layers, which are the ectoderm, the endoderm, and the mesoderm. And then do you think it has a through gut or a blind-ended gut?
Blind-ended.
Yes, it has only one opening. And then do you think it's coelomate, acylomate, or pseudocoelomate?
Coelomate.
Unfortunately, no, it's acylomate. So it's exactly what I was explaining, that an organism can be triploblastic, have all 3 layers, but not be coelomate. So it's acylomate, meaning that it does not have a body cavity in between the mesoderm. Do we all agree? Do we think it has a blood system or it doesn't have a blood system? Guys, please try.
I think it should have a blood system because it is triploblastic.
No, it does not have a blood system.
Okay.
So just because something is triploblastic or has 3 layers, it doesn't mean that it has a blood system. So it does not have a blood system. So platyhelminths, you can think of this parasitic worm that sometimes I think it's found in the stomach or something. So do worms have blood? Have you ever like maybe cut a worm by mistake? I don't know. Or maybe mopani worms, which is not okay. I don't think it's under platyhelminths, but mopani worms, for example, they do not have what? They do not have a blood system. So platyhelminths wouldn't have a blood system. And then what's the mode of living? Does it move? Is it sessile? So I just made an example of those things. Do they move or do they stay in one place?
Yes, they move, and I think they're parasitic.
Yes, they're parasitic and they're aquatic and they move. Okay. And then, so we said that with platyhelminths, so it's bilateral symmetry. As I was saying, that this is a worm, and you can imagine a worm. You can only cut a worm into 2 equal halves using only one symmetry because it has a head. Because we say that it has civilization, a worm has a head, right? So even if you were to cut it, maybe I don't know how to explain this. Even if you were to cut it in between, the head would be on the other side, and then the other side wouldn't have a head. So hence I'm saying that we can only It's bilateral symmetry. We can only cut it into two equal halves using only one plane. And then we say that it has 3 layers. So it's triploblastic. It has the ectoderm, the mesoderm, and the endoderm, right? And then we say that it's blind-ended gut. So it has only one opening for both ingestion and excretion. And it's acoelomate. So it does not have a body cavity in between the mesoderm, and it has no blood system. I made an example with worms that they do not have, because this is a type of a worm. They do not have blood. And then mode of life, we said it's parasitic. So this is the type of worm, like I said, that is found in the stomach. It causes problems and all that. So hence we're saying it's parasitic. And then aquatic and also free living, because they're able to move. They're not anchored in one place. And then we have the Annelida. So does it have symmetry and civilization? Which type of symmetry is it? Can we please try to be fast, guys? We only have 8 minutes left. And I want us to, okay, yes, it's bilateral. And then does it have civilization?
Yes, it does have civilization.
So with this thing, you can also see that obviously we are moving from the least advanced to the most advanced. So once we mention that something it has civilization, there is no way we would go back to saying it has no civilization, meaning that everything after platyhelminths, it has civilization, because obviously the chordata is more advanced than what? Than the platyhelminths. So there's no way it wouldn't have civilization, right? So that's what I need you guys to understand. And also with trypoplastic, there's no way we would move from something having, there's no way something that is diploplastic would be more advanced than something that is triploplastic. So once we mention that a platyhelminth is triploplastic, it means that everything after platyhelminths would be triploplastic. Do you guys understand that? So I just gave you the answers to yes. So we're saying the Annelida is civilization, has civilization, and then how many layers?
3.
Okay, yes, triploplastic. And then what type of gut do you think it has? We just mentioned that the previous one had a blind-ended gut. So what type of gut do you think this one is going to have?
Through gut.
Yes, through gut. It means everything after Annelida is going to have a through gut, because it has to be more advanced, right? And the through gut, it's two openings, like I've mentioned, it's two openings, one for ingestion and one for excretion, which makes it easier to ingest as much as you want to ingest, because you're going to excrete using the other opening. Then do you think it's acoelomate, coelomate? Guys, do you think it's acoelomate or it's coelomate or it's pseudocoelomate?
Coelomate.
Okay. It's coelomate. So it has a body cavity in between, and in between the mesoderm. And do you think it has blood vessels? And what type of blood system? I know you guys did what the type of blood system, whether it's open blood system or it's closed blood system. So with open blood system, that's when you have vessels leading to the heart and the ones that come out of the heart. So the ones that drain blood out of the heart will pour into a cavity, right? So that's why we call it an open blood system. Then with the closed blood system, it's always the blood vessels that carry the blood. Unless maybe you are injured, that's when blood can spread into the tissues. But yeah, that's what I was trying to explain. Do you guys get it? Should I explain okay, there's a reaction. No problem. So do you think, what type of blood system do you think it has? Guys, please try. Just guess if you don't know.
Closed blood system.
Yes, it has a closed blood system, meaning that only the blood vessels are the one transferring or transporting the blood. Then the mode of life, do you think it lives in terrestrial or aquatic areas? So an example of an annelida would be an earthworm, right? It would be an earthworm. I forgot to give you guys the examples. Then an example for a platyhelminth would be a tapeworm. Then for Nidaria, like I said, it's going to be a jellyfish. But we have other ones that are sessile. And then for a porifera, it's a sponge. Hence, it has no gut, right? So can we carry on? Do you think it lives in what's the mode of life? Aquatic, terrestrial?
Aquatic.
Yes, it's aquatic. And it's also terrestrial because I just mentioned that an example would be an earthworm, right? And then let's move on to, let me sum up the annelida. So with the annelida, we say that it's bilateral and explained why. And it has cephalization. It has 3 layers and a through gut, meaning that it has 2 openings. And it's coelomate and has a closed blood system. I explained the closed blood system that the blood vessels are the only ones carrying or transporting the blood. And then it's aquatic and terrestrial, and it's highly mobile. Yes, it's highly mobile. Can you guys give me 5 more minutes? I'm finishing. So that we can finish Anthropoda and Chordata. So with Anthropoda, it's bilateral symmetry, right? So it's bilateral symmetry. And then it has civilization, meaning that it has a head and sensory organs, right? So an example of this would be crabs or spiders. That's an example of Anthropoda. So it has bilateral symmetry, encephalization, and then it's also triploblastic, meaning that it has 3 layers, right? And I say that once you've mentioned that something is triploblastic, the rest are going to be triploblastic. And then we mentioned that the previous one has a through gut, meaning that this one also has a through gut because it's more advanced. And it's coelomate, right? Because we've mentioned that the previous one, it's coelomate. This one has an open blood system. So blood is not only restricted to the blood vessels, it can also go inside the body cavity. So crabs, we know that crabs live in the waters, and then spiders, they're terrestrial. So it can be both aquatic and terrestrial. So once you know the example, you're able to know the answers to some of these things. So you need to know the examples of each and every phylum. And they're free living. Right. And then with the chordata, it's bilateral symmetry. With cephalization. And then it's triploblastic. Then it has a through gut. Right? And it's coelomate and a closed blood system. So an example of this would be fish, mammals, which is us. So we fall under here. Mammals, yes. So we know that we have bilateral symmetry, as I mentioned before, and we have civilization. So we develop from 3 layers, which are the ectoderm, the mesoderm, and the endoderm. And we have a through gut. We have a mouth. We also have an anus, and we are coelomate, and we have a closed blood system. Our blood vessels are the only ones that transport blood. Closed blood system. And this is the only one whereby we live in air, aquatic, or terrestrial. So, fish are found in the waters, and then mammals live in the terrestrial. Then we have also things like fish, not fish, birds, right, which live in air. So they fall under chordata. So can you guys give me 5 more minutes so that we can complete this exercise? Then the rest of the exercises, you'll complete them tomorrow, and I'll try to explain the whole topic. So can we please, number 1, body wall consisting of 2 germ layers. What would that be? So give the term for this. Let's do it fast, guys, please.
Diploblastic.
Yes, diploblastic. And then a gut with only one opening used for both ingestion and also excretion, I think.
Blind end.
Blind ending gut.
Blind ending gut. the concentration of sense organs into the anterior part of an organism to form a head region.
Civilization.
That would be civilization. And then the arrangement of body parts such that an organism can be divided into identical parts vertically along any radius, so along any plane.
Symmetry.
What kind of symmetry?
Radial.
Yes, so that would be radial symmetry. And then a gut having two openings, one for ingestion and one for egestion.
Through gut.
That would be the through gut. Body consisting of 3 germ layers.
Triploblastic.
Yes, that would be triploblastic. So the arrangement of body parts such that an organism can be divided into identical part only one way through the mid-longitudinal line. So your key word there should be in only one way.
Is it bilateral?
Yes, it's bilateral symmetry. Blood system in which blood flows from blood vessels into open spaces. I just mentioned this. Guys, I just mentioned the 2 types. There's open and there's closed. So which one is this one?
Open.
Yes, it's open blood system. So I mentioned that with open blood system, the blood, yes, there are going to be vessels that will lead the blood to the heart and out of the heart. But those vessels that lead the blood out of the heart will pour the blood into empty spaces, body cavities, and all that. And then with closed, I said that the blood is gonna be transferred only by the blood vessels. So it's not gonna go into any empty spaces unless you are injured. So it's open blood system. And then the germ layer giving rise to cells from the muscles and other internal organs in the body. So we didn't mention this today, but I need you to use the knowledge you have from your other lessons. So which layer is going to give rise to the muscles and other internal organs in the body? Between the mesoderm, the endoderm, and the ectoderm.
Mesoderm.
Yes, the mesoderm. So the mesoderm is going to be the one that's going to give rise to the internal organs. Then the endoderm is going to give rise to our gut, which is the colon, right? The intestines. And then the outside one is going to give rise to the skin, so the epidermis. Is that clear? Then the type of symmetry relating to organisms that have irregular shape and can thus not be divided into 2 equal parts. So that's one. That's an easy one. You cannot divide the organism into two equal parts. So what do we call that?
Asymmetrical.
Yes, asymmetrical. Okay. Then a true body cavity that is lined on both sides of the mesoderm. So I spoke about this. I said when you have body cavity that is lined by both sides of a mesoderm, what do we call that? How, guys, you don't remember?
Is it a
Okay.
coelom, ma'am?
Yes. So it's gonna be a coelom. It's gonna be a coelom. So the cavity, we call it the coelom. And then if the animal has a coelom, we call it coelomate. If it doesn't, a coelomate. So a coelom is the body cavity that is lined by what? By two sides of the mesoderm. So it's in between the mesoderm. And then blood system, in which blood is always confined to the blood vessels we just mentioned. I just explained it. So that's gonna be the closed blood system. And I explained why we say the closed blood system. The germ layer that gives rise to cells that line the gut. I just mentioned this. I said what lines your gut? What's going to give rise to your gut?
Endoderm.
Yes, that's the endoderm. And then a body cavity that is lined by mesoderm on one side only. I mentioned this when I was explaining that we have coelomate, pseudocoelomate, and acoelomate. And I mentioned this. So what is it? So a body cavity that is lined by mesoderm on only one side. So that would be pseudocoelomate. So I mentioned that with pseudocoelomate, it's only lined, so the cavity is only lined by one side of the mesoderm. So it's not in between the mesoderm, right? Okay, so that is the end. You guys, I'm gonna send these last works tomorrow and then try to explain the topic more with our session tomorrow. So thank you guys. Thank you for those who were participating. Yeah. So this is the end of our session.